What is going on, you guys? Welcome to the Race Podcast. This is your host, Cristopher Zamora. Welcome to the show. So, today I'm in a different country. If you guys listened to my last podcast, I told you I was going to be on vacation, but that doesn't mean I was going to stop doing the podcast. I'm in Guatemala right now. The exact place I'm in is at Totonicapan. That's what they call it. That's in Guatemala. And here's the place. If you guys are listening to it on YouTube, then you'll be able to see the place that I'm in right now. I couldn't find another place to film because, the neighbors, they're somewhat playing music. And yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to hear me really well with the audio that I'm recording with my phone. Yeah, I didn't even brought my microphone. So that's why I'm just recording with my phone, guys. The flight to Guatemala, it probably took about maybe 6 hours. 6 hours just to get here to the house that we're going to stay at. It was about no, maybe even more, maybe even more. We got on the flight around 7, I believe, and we got home around 4, I believe. So yeah, it took us almost the whole day just to get here. Coming back here in Guatemala, man, I got to say, it's really awesome. I really do enjoy the view on this place. It's just so beautiful, just looking at the mountains and stuff. I'm wearing a coat because, a jacket, I mean. Most of the time, it is cold here in Guatemala. So, yeah, just one jacket. But, like, during the nighttime, it does get more cooler. I have actually been to a few places already. I went to San Juan. That's close to Panachel. It was yesterday. This is my third day. I also have to say we went on a boat to San Juan, but when we were coming back, it started pouring rain a lot. It was raining a bunch. Like we were able to see all the mountains and stuff, but just when we were coming back to Panachel, Jesus, it was just pouring rain so much. Oof, it was somewhat scary in a way, but we made it, man. We made it. It was probably like a 40-minute drive on the boat with other people on there. The boat was going as fast as it could, but damn, it's crazy, man. It was crazy that it was raining a lot. During San Juan, we climbed a mountain. Like it was like a huge hike that we went. It's called El Mirador. That's what they call it. It was kind of tough, man. It was kind of tough to go all the way up that mountain. Oof. But we did it too. Dude, the view, it was just so awesome. Just looking at those mountains and even the water itself too. I took a few photos and IG reels as well. Well, not IG reels, just I just posted it on my story. But if you guys want to see me in Guatemala, well, sometimes I just record my experiences. So if you want to follow it, it's called Zamora underscore 3005. That's what I'm using for right now. During the time I'm in Guatemala. Yeah, guys. And now let's just get to The Idol. With the episode is all titled for The Idol TV show. Let's just talk about episode 3, no? So this episode, it just starts with The Weeknd's character, Tedros, and Jocelyn. They're headed to just the strip mall. They're gonna go buy some clothes because Tedros said so. Right now, at this time, Tedros seems like he is in control. He now controls Jocelyn on what she wears and maybe her music as well. But like the first song they played when they were going over there at the mall, dude, I've been playing this song for lots of times. It's called A Lesser Man. Like I was eating something. I forgot what I was eating while I was watching The Idol in the beginning. Once I heard the chorus playing, I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Had to rewind. And damn, The Weeknd has a voice, man. He truly is one of the best artists in this generation. A Lesser Man is a classic. He's going to be a classic very soon. Maybe it could be one of his best songs of that album that is gonna come out very soon. That's cool that he's actually putting out music while the show is going on. In my opinion, that's smart. That's smart that he's doing that because I don't think no other artist has done that before. Or maybe I could be wrong, but since I follow The Weeknd's Twitter and Instagram, that's how I know that he's just putting out music while the episodes are going on as well. He just dropped a new song called "Jealous Guy." That's a is a cover for John Lennon's song that he made back then, but he still kind of made it sound very different in a way. He made it sound like it was his, but it sounds very good. But now let's continue. So now Tedros and Jocelyn are at the mall. Oh, and Jocelyn's friend, she had to wait outside for them to finish shopping. And on while they were at the store, they decided to do it on the closet. I don't know why. Why was this even done? Why? Why were they planning to do this? It just. I don't think it doesn't make sense for the storyline at all. But since Tedros could not finish, he had to do it himself. He was stuck in the closet and just choking the chicken. I don't know what else to say. You guys know, you know. But then once he was done, he dried his hands on some clothing that was near him. Dude, what? And also during this time, Jocelyn's friend, she called, her managers, she called Jocelyn's managers to tell her that she was scared and that Tedros, he was just forcing Jocelyn to do all these things. And now, I had to talk to you about her other friend, the guy, the guy friend of Jocelyn. He talked to Tedros about what could be Jocelyn's album cover. And he said that he believes that her album cover, it could be her covered in that stuff that happened in the very first episode. Tedros somewhat does agree with that, but for Jocelyn, she probably not. We're going to find out later on the table scene. So now that her managers know what's going on, they now head to Jocelyn's home and they talk to Tedros because they want to know who this guy is. They've been hearing about him for some time already, and it was time to actually meet him. And everything seemed like it was going smooth, and like maybe like the whole thing for the storyline, it was just that they were just gonna focus on making more music. They had to release at least 3 songs. They need to release at least 3 songs before actually doing anything else. So yeah, that's what mostly the storyline is for this episode. Is that they just need to make more music. And now let's just talk about the table scene because that's like probably the only part that's just the most important one for episode 3. I still haven't watched episode 4 yet. By the time this goes out, guys, episode 4 will be out. So yeah, I'm just telling you what I just saw from The Idol episode 3. Okay? So on that table scene, man, I was so wrong about Jocelyn's mom. I really thought that she was the one that was taking care of her, that she was helping her. But it just turns out that she was very abusive to Jocelyn, her mother. She was very abusive to her. Like she hit her a lot. It's just crazy, man. Crazy because the abuse actually helped her make music. It was like a complete 180. It's a complete opposite effect that it did to Jocelyn. But then Tedros, he just mentioned the hairbrush. It was a hairbrush that the mom used to hit Jocelyn. Tedros wants that hairbrush to, do that. Do the same thing that the mom did to her because it was going to help her make her music even better. And now the ending scene, man. The Weeknd was playing one of his songs that he released that week called Take Me Back. I like the song, but the scene, man, it just, it just messed up. It just didn't fit. It just didn't seem right playing that song. Yeah, I don't know if I can really tell you, I can't really explain to you about the last scene. But if you guys have seen episode 3, it was crazy. It's pretty messed up, man. Overall, I have to give this episode maybe a 6 out of 10. Or yeah, I give it a 6 out of 10. Because it just seems like there's not that much story going on for this show. And I don't know, this could be the last stop for anybody that was wishing for the show to get any better. But as of right now, what I've seen, it just seems like, I don't know, it's not going to turn out very good. Yeah, that's what I believe for this TV show. The crazy part is this show is very popular because according to IMDb, it's one of the most popular shows right now. It's crazy. And I didn't even see it trending this past weekend. I did not see it trending on Twitter at all for episode 3. Once the show started with episode 1, it went straight to number 1 in the charts for IMDb, which is crazy, man, because people are still talking about it, like saying that it's very controversial and they want to cancel it. And somehow it just turns out to be number 1 in IMDb. That doesn't correlate. Yeah. Well, I only have just 3 episodes left for The Idol. I'm gonna keep watching to see what happens, but I don't know, man. Maybe I'm not gonna watch this show ever again. Yeah, I'm gonna continue watching it, and I'm gonna decide for myself if I will watch it again or not. And now let's just talk about Canelo Alvarez. He now has a fight, guys. I found out from Facebook. Of all social medias, I found it on Facebook. He is going to fight Jermall Charlo. This guy has never lost in his professional boxing career. And Canelo is going to face him next. They're going to fight on September 16th. And I don't know, man. Well, Canelo has been very active all these years. Jermall, on the other hand, hasn't. He hasn't fought for 3 years. And that could be his downfall. He probably has ring rust, which means that he hasn't been very active and he's just getting the hang of boxing once again. Canelo, on the other hand, man, this could be a good fight for him, or it could be a very hard one. Because on the last fight he had against Ryder, it seemed like he was somewhat struggling against Ryder because he couldn't get the job done. He couldn't knock him out. Instead, he just beat him by decision. And Ryder, he was getting good shots at him. But Charlo, man, Charlo, he has that devastating power. But we will see, man. We will see how this fight is going to turn out. I'm going with Canelo on this fight. But nothing is guaranteed, man. Nothing is ever guaranteed. And I don't know if Canelo actually loses. Jesus, that will mean that we'll probably never get the Bebo fight, and most importantly, the David Benavidez fight. That's the fight that everybody's been waiting for a long time, and still it hasn't happened yet. He's gonna fight Charlo, but damn. Hopefully he wins, man. But we'll see. We're gonna see in September 16. This is a huge fight for boxing. But Dave Benavidez versus Canelo, it could be bigger. We will see. Anyways, guys, I think that is it for this podcast. Hey, thank you so much for listening to this podcast all the way through. If you did made it this far, I know the audio was somewhat different, and yeah, even the place I'm in right now, if you're watching it on YouTube, is very different. I'm in the kitchen right now. I was going to record on the rooftop, but there's people playing music outside, and that was going to make the audio sound even more stranger. So that's why I'm just recording it here on this place. It's not that loud in here. A little bit of echo, but that's fine. Anyways, remember to follow this podcast on wherever it is you're listening to it. If you're listening to it on YouTube, Spotify, make sure to subscribe to it, follow it, and also recommend it to a friend or a neighbor that likes hearing stuff about entertaining shows, combat sports, horror stuff. Maybe they will enjoy this podcast as much as you do as well. Anyways, guys, that is it. Again, thank you so much for listening. Take care and live to the fullest. Bye.